successfully made Little White laugh, asked what his name is, Little White robot named Eva. Eva asked Wally about his function. Wally hurriedly demonstrated by shoveling trash into his stomach, but because he was too nervous, he messed up his specialty. Suddenly, alarms rang on Wally. He saw a sandstorm approaching. He wanted to run away with Eva, but was scared into a small cube when Eva pointed a gun at him. Before long, the sandstorm swallowed them. Eva got lost in the storm, but Wally grabbed her and took her home. Though his little tin house was modest, once he shut the door, it was a safe haven. Wally luxuriously turned on the color lights. But Eva remained highly alert, triggering mechanisms at the sight of little moving items, frightening Wally, fearing the house might collapse from a shot. To divert Eva's attention, Wally presented a collection item, a whisk for her to play with. With slight force, she flung it aside. Wally brought bubble wrap for her to play with, yet what he could play all day lasted only 2 seconds in Eva's hands. Even the Rubik's Cube was solved in a turn. Then Wally played his favorite movie for her, featuring couples, but today, Wally had a dance partner, though dancing seemed challenging. Wally taught her to spin. Unexpectedly, she spun faster, nearly sending Wally away. Wally broke an eye. Eva tried to help, but Wally exclaimed, "Don't come, I'll handle it." Bumping into the toolbox, Wally found a camera to replace his eye. Eva picked something from the box, a lighter, and in the light, Eva appeared pure and beautiful. Wally wanted to hold her hand, but when Eva turned around, awkwardly spinning in place, she suddenly remembered her treasure. He hurriedly presented the plant discovered in the morning to Eva. To his surprise, Eva reacted strangely. Her hatch opened, absorbing the plant, followed by a shutdown. Regardless of Wally's calls, she remained unresponsive. Believing Eva was out of power, Wally took her outside the next day to charge via solar energy, staying by her side despite wind and rain, using a big iron bucket to protect Eva in sandstorms, yet Eva never booted up. Wally tried transferring his power to her, but Eva's strong current blasted him away. With no solution, Wally accompanied Eva shopping, sometimes rowing a boat. Crossing the sewer to see a romantic sunset, he carved "Wally Forever Loves Eva" on a trash bin. Opening Eva's little hand with effort, holding it with his shovel, triggering her defense mechanism struggling to release. Wally exhausted many methods but couldn't wake Eva. Soon he might lose her. While working outside, an earthquake hit. The unknown spaceship returned. Wally sensed trouble approaching, rushing back but was too late. Eva was taken by the spaceship, leaving Wally behind. Remember, the baby climbed aboard the spacecraft despite the danger. Even as the spacecraft launched, he held on tightly. In the blink of an eye, it left Earth and soared into space. Meanwhile, Wally spotted Eva outside the window, showing no fear of venturing into dangerous places for her sake. Before long, the spacecraft neared its destination, a colossal spaceship resembling a space fortress in the starry void. Wally hitched a ride aboard the giant ship, where a mechanical arm took Eva, placed her on a transport vehicle, and whisked her away. Wally, determined, quickly followed her. He saw an incomparably lively scene. There are various types of robots in the passageway that dazzle him. In a blink of an eye, Eva had been dragged somewhere. He quickly chased after him, but it didn't take long for him to get lost and come to the human habitation. The humans here are very strange. Every one of them is fat. As a robot brings a bottle of drink, he understands the reason, and is too lazy to move. He still likes to drink drinks. Can he not be fat? A fat man just reached out and lost his balance and fell. What's even more outrageous is that he can't stand up on his own strength, and it's Wally who eventually helps him up. When Wally also discovers Eva's trail, he rushed off and sneaked onto Eva's shuttle bus, tailing her all the way to the captain's quarters. The captain, another obese individual, couldn't even rise from his chair without robotic assistance. This was life in the future. Robots washed faces, brushed teeth, and even provided massages. Clothes? Robots handled that too. But the cost of such convenience was that humans became too lethargic to function independently. Even something as simple as fetching a cup of coffee was beyond them. However, the robotic butler arrived with uplifting news. Eva had returned from Earth. Moreover, she brought back a plant from Earth. But when they checked, Eva's storage compartment was found completely empty. The robotic butler performed a quick scan and instantly reached a conclusion. Then, Eva was sent to the maintenance room in the name of failure, and Wally didn't escape the fate of being repaired. But then Wally saw a heart-wrenching scene. They actually wanted to tear Eva apart, even remove his head. Wally directly fired a laser, cut the guardrail, and rushed out. Then, he smashed the maintenance room door and grabbed Eva's arm. However, he accidentally released a laser cannon, destroying the maintenance room's electrical system. In this way, other robots that were about to be dismantled were also released. They instantly regarded Wally as a hero and surrounded him to escape from the maintenance room. Eva quickly chased after him, but she didn't run far. They were blocked by the guard robot, and Eva caught up to get her arm back. Unexpectedly, this scene was photographed by the guard robot, and Eva and Wally were judged as dangerous robots on the spot, which could directly fire on them. Eva didn't have time to explain, so she grabbed Wally and ran away. When she hid in an elevator, Wally pointed to the screen and said, "Hey, Eva, you are on TV." Eva was so angry that she raised her hand and shot it, which immediately frightened Wally too much to speak and shrank into a ball and shivered. Eva took her to a launch pod and asked her to return to Earth, but Wally refused to leave and ran out and played a rogue.